Hey everybody, Coach Jared here from Fire Fitness Fondy. I'm coming at you with a new little segment here tonight called I went to college and I'm going to prove it to you. Right? So basically, the gals and I decided, and when I say that, I mean mostly the gals, Missy, Crystal, and Casey, decided that we know things and we also want you to know things, right? So hopefully every week I'm going to make a little video for you guys, tell you a little bit about what I know, what I learned at my time at the kinesiology program in UW-Oshkosh. And the goal here is to have it so that you guys get a little bit more from your workouts. You guys can feel a little bit more safe with your workouts, and it just kind of boosts what you're getting out of this place, right? We want you to get the most out of your membership here with us at Fire, and we think that this is going to help do that, right? So tonight we're going to talk about your core, right? If you divide your body into three parts, right? You got your lower body, you got your upper body, and then you got your core. I would say that your core is the more important part in that puzzle, right? The most important part in that puzzle. And this is why, right? So we got here a piece of paper. Right? It's just plain paper. It's actually a waiver that I stole from the printer, but it's a piece of paper. And we're going to say, for argument's sake, right, that over here is my upper body and over here is my lower body. And my upper body and lower body is strong, all right? Very, very strong, right? We're going to assume that nothing in the world is gonna limit my upper and lower body, right? Now I got this fan, right? I got this fan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push this paper, and I'm going to push this fan over with this piece of paper, right? Remember, I got a strong upper body and I got a strong lower body here, right? This fan should rock over with a strong, no, it's not. It's a piece of paper, right? What happens? It just folds, right? It just folds. Nothing happens, right? The fan doesn't go over. Why? Why doesn't that happen, right? Because I have a weak core, right? I'm what we call wet noodling, right? Basically, I have no support in my midsection, right? There's nothing stabilizing my spine. There's nothing stabilizing this piece of paper's midsection to push something over, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mimic a strong core, right? I'm going to roll this piece of paper up. All right, bam. This is the same piece of paper, but now it's got a strong core. And now what happens, right? I got strong upper body, strong lower body. What? The fan goes right over. Holy bejesus, right? What happened? What's different? I didn't wet noodle, right? I had something supporting myself throughout my whole body, right? And what does this mean for us, right? Here's a really, really good example. Say I'm doing a deadlift, right? And I'm not sure you can see this, but I got a kettlebell in front of me, right? If I'm doing a deadlift and I got good form, what I want to see, right, is me to just stand straight up, right? My back is flat the whole time, and it's staying flat because my midsection is making my back stay flat, right? If my midsection was not doing that, if I had a weak core, what would happen? I would bend down. Right? And what is this position? A really, really bad position, right? That is a herniated disc. That is a hurt back. That's a strained back. That's a strained hip. That's a whole lot of stuff that we don't want to deal with at all. That's about, if we're lucky, 6 weeks in bed, right? So we don't want that to ever happen. And how can we not do that, right? We need to work on this core, okay? It's all about this core. There's something you can do while you're picking this up that can help you stiffen that core. And we're going to do what we call a squeeze and brace, right? So I'm going to squeeze my front here. I'm going to brace my back, right? Basically, if I'm about to get punched, I'm going to go like this, right? I'm going to brace myself. I'm going to squeeze and then brace, right? I'm not really moving anything, right? I'm not flinching at all. I'm just going to brace myself, right, for that impact, so I don't move afterwards, right? That's what we're gonna do, right? Except only in my midsection. So I'm gonna squeeze down just a little bit. I'm not crunching, right? Your crunching muscle is different than your stabilizing muscles, right? So I'm not crunching, I'm just squeezing, okay? And then I'm gonna brace my back, right? And what that does is it squeezes everything in my abdomen, and it kind of puts a lot of pressure on my spine so that it doesn't move at all. It's like I'm wearing a back brace, but I'm not, right? So I'm squeezing, I'm bracing. Now I got a nice stiff back, right? And and nothing in the world is going to move it, right? If I'm strong enough to keep that posture, it goes straight up without any problem, right? Now, how do we gain that strength? That's the next question, right? How do I get it so that I'm strong enough to maintain that posture while doing anything, right? A lot of burn stuff, right? A lot of front planks, a lot of things that puts you in a position that you want to move out of, but we tell you not to. All right. So, for example, this straight arm plank is doing it. This is doing it, right? This is the most simple form of that. One of the more simple forms of that. And you see this a lot. We do a lot of raising one hand, raising that other foot, back down, other side kind of thing. The wax on, wax off kind of thing, raising one foot kind of thing. Something that puts me in a position where I don't want to keep that posture, but I'm forced to, right? So that's something that you can work on during your workouts. When we're doing that, when we're doing those movements, two things, right? One, don't give up on them, right? Give me what you got on that, right? Always give me what you got. Give me your 100% every time, right? That's always going to be your number one answer to any of these questions, right? Give me what you got. The program is designed to make you stronger. That's part of the program, right? Number two, practice squeezing and bracing during those exercises, right? I cannot brace. I cannot brace during this front plank. Kind of sag a little bit. My hips come down, right? Kind of thing. Just kind of hanging out here. This isn't hard, right? I can hold that all day, right? But if I squeeze and brace, that immediately becomes difficult, right? I'm squeezing, I'm bracing. You could ride a bike up my back and I wouldn't move right now. And I feel like I'm shaking, right? And that's how you should feel every time. It should feel difficult every single time. And if it's not, you got to squeeze and brace harder, right? Yeah, that's all I got for you tonight. Thank you for coming into or checking into Fart Fitness Findies. I went to college and now I'm proving it. Hope you learned something. You guys have a great night.